Alright, this is happening. I got a phone and I'm recording it. So this is the life goal right here. Life goal. Okay? So, life goal. Ready? So now the plan is starting to develop. Now that's my crazy little mask up there. That is a representation of something which I'll explain to you later. It's deeper. It's more confined. It's contained in a part of me that I have to dig deeply to explain to you. So that's for a later time. But so the first thing, I'm here. First of all, I'm here. You may not know where I'm at. I am in a room. This room, okay, is my room here in California. Now, I worked really hard my whole life, always dreaming, always been a dreamer. I grew up with my dad coming from California and my mom being from Philadelphia. So my mom, she's all Italian basically, and my dad, he's mixed, different races. So I had come from two different parts of the world. So I personally grew up on the East Coast. I was born there in Philadelphia. My mom raised me kind of solely pretty much by herself until I got a little older, and then I started to get a chance to go out and make my father a part of my life again, but find out a little bit more about him. But that might explain why I'm here in California trying. Now I'm 25 now, actually, moving forward quick. But you know what, bodily, I think I'm like probably 18, at least, or less. Mentally, more. I'm growing at an exponential rate. And I think especially I can definitely credit some of that to a motivational kind of drive that's always been in me to achieve. I grew up seeing my mom being a musician. She met my dad actually in Hollywood as a musician. Her and her band, both they all made money by making music. So my dad himself, he met my mom, at some resort or something, and it was long story. She's a beach body girl, and he's a stud or whatever. So that's kind of how it worked out. But my mom, me growing up, I was around my mom being around musicians and being around music, being around other things. So I grew up around a lot of creativity, and my dad was a tattoo artist. So he was always kind of balling in his own way. He was always kind of like, doing stuff. He's an achiever for sure. So I grew up with two excellent role models. So basically now I'm here and I'm on my own path now. I've tried to develop a better sense of who I want to be in comparison to the people that I've grown up around. And I kind of, have seen a lot of different faces and a lot of different personalities because I didn't really have a whole lot of family around, so I went seeking family elsewhere. So I developed relationships with tons of different people, and also with, people that became mentors to me and other things like that. And I'll explain that later on. It's deeper, than everybody's story is deep. I'm realizing over time that there's a deeper story to your everyday average Joe, that as you're growing up and you don't realize how actually important, how different, how deep the stories are to people's lives. So now, anyway, so this is my progress I'm making. I'm here in California. I'm here, baby. I'm doing it. And if you would know where I came from, you would probably say that I've come a long way. If you know me, I've definitely made some progress from where I was. Okay, homelessness, and long story short, just complete like bottom of the bottom, on the street literally. I've been in shelters and everything, homeless shelters. People people wanted me to go to Job Corps, didn't want to do it. I had my own plan. I knew I could do it better. I could do it more efficiently, and I knew it depended on me and my own actions. So I've been kind of working on this, learning, but now I've kind of like had this, I've been connected. I'm gonna be honest with you. Now I've been connected with Ty Lopez, okay, and this little program that he does with his mentoring. I got the 67 steps program. It's all I could afford, along with the mini business thing. So I got as much as I possibly could get with the money that I had, basically used all of it, and it was like kind of like a what I thought was going to be a step forward towards something bigger, which was going to be the landmark forum, which is another thing that I still want to do. It was something I already wanted to do when I came here, and I came here to California with the intentions of coming to a place where I could go to school, or possibly try to find some student loans, find some steps up, so I could go to a school, in a place where I would be happy. But school, even, I've been so indecisive for years because I just don't. I want to get real education. I want real education, not some pasteurized sliced product. I want the real thing. I want the aged cheddar of education. So I'm gonna be honest, for the little small amount of money that I've paid for his mentoring programs, I'm really impressed with the ideas that he's conveying, and it's actually really having an effect on me. And I don't really care what other people say. It is legit. The amount of money that they're making is probably insane. That's true, but I think I'm okay with that. You know why? Because it's going to a good cause. It's going to education. It's going to real education. What you're going to wake people up, create a new paradigm, a new revolutionary level of understanding amongst the people. Wake them up. Confucius said, if you want to avoid, if you want the people to live with peace and prosperity, more or less, that the number one source to that, the number one, pathway to that is going to be education. And, he may have meant that in a much, much deeper level than I'm kind of breaking down to you, which is just a social media guy who happens to do these mentoring things and comes out and is with his Lamborghini and says, la 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 la, this is good, da da da, this and that. Well, I'm going to put it to the test. I'm here now, and I drove here 3,500 miles before I ever knew of this guy. Okay, I came here to California with a dream in my heart. Okay, to do many things, make music, create musical events, create vending opportunities, create opportunities for people that I love and like-minded artistic individuals to work and do things. I wanna make things happen. There's tons of things that I would love to do. There's tons of things that I want to do, but I have a talent for music. So I came here with the intention of furthering myself in the musical department. So as far as that goes, I want to go in that direction. I would also like to go in some type of social direction too, because people. I love people. I want to connect with more people. I want to connect with like-minded people, people who kind of have a deeper understanding of life, not just this physical understanding of having things and just wanting to live a lush, lavish life. Just more of a deeper understanding of actual experience itself, and meaning, true meaning thing. But that's a whole other story. So anyway, I'm here now. Okay, I'm here. I'm testing this shit out. Okay, and I really want it too. I want it bad. I want to make the shit happen. I want to create my visions, and I've been trying to develop my own plan, my own theory, but this is helping to improve it. I'm alright with it helping other people's plans too. I don't care if other people succeed too. I hope they do good things, not bad, obviously, but I can't be worried about other people. I'm worried about myself. I want to succeed, okay? So I can't, that number one, if you want to do anything in this world, if you want to help the world, okay, if you want to make the world a better place, who can you affect directly the most? And this is something I learned, this is a theory I developed kind of myself. I don't know, I'm sure other people have developed a similar theory themselves. I think that a lot of theories that we have inside our minds are, a result of, the natural process of growth depending on the person's genetics. Obviously, a person will, you know, some will grow faster than others, some will be more intelligent than others, some will experience these things and understand them better than others. But, you know, I think if you want to affect the world in a good way, which most people do, most people understand the ripple theory, which is that, you know, you touch the water and it ripples, da 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 da. The ripple could eventually, you know, just go away, or it could turn into a fucking tsunami that kills an entire nation. So the point of the matter is, the things that you do in this world are the most direct relation to your effect on humanity itself. So if you want to, you know, do great things for the world, or you want to be a good person, then change yourself. Change yourself. Focus on number one right here first. The first person you can see. Stop pointing your finger around and being like, it's this, it's that, it's Donald Trump, it's Hillary Clinton, it's this and that, there are Mexicans jumping over the border, that. No. Turn that fucking finger around, point it at yourself. Okay? Everybody should have developed a similar theory to this in their mind on their own from learning, you know, but some people take longer than others. Some people, you know, take their entire fucking life to get, you know, that right and figure out, and then by the time they're old, they, you know, they had murdered somebody and fucking did a bunch of shit that ruined their life, and they're living a life of regret for, you know, from 40 on till fucking the time they die. And then, you know, at the end of their life, they're in their deathbed and they have that end of life experience where they're like, what the fuck did I do with their life? With my life, you know, what is the real breakdown of who you are? You know, what is it? It's what you've done in your life. Now, that's a deep one. Now, the thing I'm trying to get to here is that, you know, I myself personally have felt responsible. I've kind of always felt kind of responsible for my destiny. You know, I don't know if it was from a young age on, and I'm not trying to say I'm smarter than other people. I don't want I don't want to be taken as somebody who's, you know, blowing the ego out or whatever, you know. But, you know, if you have a dream, you want to do it. I seen my dad he wanted to be a tattoo artist, you know, and he did it. You know, he was doing it, and he was good too. You know, he's good. Like, I mean, he you know, he really went for it, and he worked in a shop. He used to have stacks of money in the 90s. You know, shit was popping then when it came to that. But, you know, it's a different age now. Tattoo industry is all much different since the 90s. You know, since computers and this and that and whatever. You know, shit has changed a lot. People don't spend money the same way that they used to on the same types of things as they used to. You know, there's not as much creative trade anymore. You know, not as much actual industry for true craftsmanship. So trades like tattoo, you know, are starting to die out a little bit, because not necessarily die out, but it's becoming more difficult to maintain trades like tattoo, and it takes a higher level of skill, because you can't get the same, people don't spend money on things as freely as they used to in the 90s, because there's a different philosophy behind spending now. So the whole point of the next point of the matter is that, you know, I grew up with somebody there in front of me that was, you know, not just him, but my mom too, a bass player who, you know, she herself traveled here to California with the dream of becoming a successful musician. And I, you know, used to see her play, you know, insane, like, so many songs, hundreds of songs with her band when I was a little kid, and they were, you know, finally, you know, just doing the end of the run, you know, stuff, end of the run, the old band members coming back together and being like, you know, we want to do something again. And I was a kid, you know, growing up in the houses and them all jamming. 90s, people were free, and, you know, my mom was jamming with a bass, you know, playing YYZ by Rush. Listen to that song. If you want to know a good song to play bass on, you want to hear a skilled bass song, listen to Rush, YYZ. Okay, that's a really cool song. If you want to hear some really interesting rock and roll music that's very technical and very, you know, stimulating to the ears, or at least at that moment that, you know, in time they were. I guess Neil Peart, the drummer from Rush, you know, he was one of the most famous drummers, And I don't think it's just because he had a giant drum set. It's also because he knew what to do with it. So, anyway. But my mom was a great example. My dad was a great example in a way. You know, he's like yin and yang. You know, there's a dark side too, but you gotta see the good in what you can, especially when it's your parents. But you know, they're both on the positive on the way up too. Most people end up on the path up eventually, but they don't take that initiative at a young age. When you see your own parents doing wrong in front of you, you get smarter because you don't want to experience the lack of control and the lack of, you know, the pain that they're going through because of their decisions that they may have made, even if it wasn't you know, lack of control throughout the majority of the time. If there was momentary lack of control that caused things to happen in their lives that may cause them tons of pain and anguish, and how they deal with them things, you watch your parents. You know, but some people become their parents. Other people learn from their parents and become the next level evolution. Now, my whole thing is that there's no limit to anything. Because if there was limitation, and that's why there's always connection with God between people who have success and people, spirituality, or you might say, whatever you want to call it. People have their own belief system as far as religion goes, but when you see people who have success, there's definitely a connection to God. And the reason for that is because of the understanding of limitlessness. Limitlessness. There's no limit to anything, okay? Nothing. If there was limitation, I would not be here speaking to you today. It's a miracle in itself that we live the conscious and physical and spiritual soul, whatever you want to call it. This whole crock pot of everything all together that is life. That's a miracle, my friend. As Ty Lopez would say, that's a miracle. Okay? Maybe I'm getting a little bit more philosophical than he would. He's more structured with his shit. I mean, he's making tons of money off of it. But you know what? Maybe, in a way, I could be like him, but I'm going to keep it real with ya. Alright? I'm going to keep it real with you. Because I'm a real motherfucker. Alright? I'm going to keep it real with you. So, you know, tons of people out there in the world are just like, you know, you and me, you know, to billions of people. I'm you know, just like anyone else, and anyone that's come into contact with me will tell you that, you know, anybody, not just people that come into contact with me, but people that really know me, you know, they will tell you that I believe in trying to propel people forward. You know, we're not as effective by ourselves. You know, we're more effective together. There's a certain profitability to integrity, trust, values, morality. There's a profitability to that, because when you can work with other people in the world because they're trustworthy, they're not gonna fuck you. That basically, you know, it helps to empower people so that when some shit goes wrong that they don't want to happen, they can come together. You know? So I'm not saying go out there and, you know, fucking, you know, become a born-again Christian. I mean, if you want to, you can. Go ahead. You know, it might do something good for you. You might find God. But, you know, at the same time, you know, if accept the fact that everything around you is proof itself that there is so much beyond your knowing that is there, okay? You must accept the infinity rule, the rule of limitlessness. Once you accept that, you can start to believe. I think that's the one true key. Really, if you're on the outside, I might be speaking to people who are really down, okay? like people who are really out, like people who are really unaware. Maybe, you know, he's really aware. Ty Lopez, whatever, you know, he's really aware. Maybe I'm as aware as him. Maybe I just don't know how to. I haven't structured it into a business plan the way he has. It could be, you know, you never know. You never know. But the thing is, you know, I might be able to speak down to people freely. Who, you know, Garrett, I might make money off of. Who knows? Who knows? All I know is that, you know, maybe the people that I'm speaking to that could benefit from me talking to them, you know, I could do this for free. You know, maybe shit, man. You know, I could propagate for Ty fucking Lopez or whatever, but I'm not getting paid for this. I'm doing this, you know, out of just reality. You know, and I'm not. I said his name 3 times, but you know, his plan of attack when it comes to shit structure, it helps. Okay, it helps. It literally does help. I don't know if everyone is at the point in their life where they're ready. Yeah, of course. You know, you should be. You know, you're ready. You need to. If you're not ready, you should go out, get a fucking laptop. Okay, go to a pawn shop. I don't give a fuck if you're addicted to heroin. Go get your fucking phone. Okay, free phone. You motherfuckers all got free phones. Okay, y'all got free phones. If you're addicted to dope, okay, go out there and get a free fucking phone. Band up, you know, with all your dope fiend friends, enough like to like a fucking $65 or whatever, however much it costs for the 67 steps. Okay, whatever, it'll be worth it. Trust me. Fucking go band together that shit. Okay, one day. Okay, spend your dope money on Ty Lopez fucking mentoring tips. Okay. Go take your ass, and then after that day, yeah, obviously, whatever. Go take your ass fucking to your dope dealer and get your dope, okay? And the next day and the day after that, and do whatever the fuck you want. But while you're doped up, sitting in a fucking McDonald's catching Wi-Fi, watch his video once a day, and maybe in 67 fucking days, you might not be doing heroin. Because it'll wake you up. Look at the world around you. Wake up. You know, you can do it. You can do anything. You can do anything. One guy structured it. He told you. One guy made a business out of telling people they can do anything. This is just me putting you on. You know? I was in jail, I was out of jail. I was in the hood, I was out of the hood. I did shit, I done stopped doing shit. And let me tell you something, the whole way along the path, I was telling other motherfuckers the mistakes I made so that way they could get up. And I was also telling them that this little secret, not even secret, it should be built into you, but you've been cheated out of it. There is no limit to anything. Okay? Get down on your knees, you know, say a prayer real quick. Maybe it'll work. Who knows? Maybe if you connect a little bit with the energy, maybe it'll work. Maybe if you, you know, connect your thought more or less to reality and say, you know, when you kneel down enough, that's like a sign of, you know, of submission. When you kneel down, like when you get down on your knees and you kneel down, okay, it's a sign of submission. It's a sign of saying, this is me, I'm here. You know, if you know, I'm gonna give, you know, what, you know, if you want to take me now, you know, cut my head off. You know, that's what it means basically. You know, but that's dedication is what that is. That's what's important, is the feeling inside, meaning it, wanting to do what the fuck you want to do, really wanting it. Okay, the difference between actually wanting something and, you know, like kind of just, you know, psychologically thinking you will have to have something in your life for whatever reason. You know, you need to get to the deeper meaning. You actually want it, or there's another motive, ulterior to the reason why you're trying to achieve something else. Whatever that ulterior motive is, maybe you should reevaluate your way of getting to that thing, you know? Because if you're going for, you know, one thing that isn't truly down what you want, it's gonna fuck up on you. Just like relationships fuck up 20 years down the road because the person went into something that they didn't really truly want. You know, in this instance, I'm talking about like you went into the relationship because you were looking for, you know, whatever, money, or vice versa. The guy went into the relationship because he was looking for someone who just looks good, you know, and the wife ends up living 20 years just for this guy to die so she can get her money and use it at the end of her life, and the guy ends up, you know, living 20 years with a wife who doesn't fucking love him and just wants his money because why? You had ulterior motive. So you have to get down to the deep thing, you know, want the things you really want, you know, and you know, identify, yeah, you know, it's I'm talking deep shit now. You know, maybe I'm using too big a word or whatever. I'm a hood motherfucker, but I always had a good vocabulary for the most part. Listen, man, all I can say, man, is just, you know, a 3-pound weight ain't gonna do shit, man. That's why I'm sitting over there. You know, get up in the fucking world and do some shit with your life. You know, don't open a fucking book and read one page. You know, read the fucking book. You know, open that shit up. Go out and get a fucking mentoring lesson. You know, it might help you. I'm not trying to pressure you. I'm just trying to give you fucking advice, because, you know, it might, who knows, it might fucking help. So check this out. Let's go. So, like, little quotes, you know, every day I will, like, make little quotes, little things I'm writing down on the wall. Maybe they call it writing on the walls for a reason, because it's really important, okay? Important enough that you'll mark up a fucking wall for it. So, this is coming from my mentor, okay? Not Ty, okay? This is coming from Elias Morad. He's an entrepreneur that came from Lebanon, and he's an older guy, man. He was my landlord, kind of, not even landlord, more of a friend, and then ended up giving me a place to live, more or less, for next to nothing, almost. And I lived there for 2 years and developed. Let me tell you something. That Elias, he's got a wealth of information. One thing, you know, Ty communicated, and I don't mean to go to it again, you know, or to go to it, you know, as a result of whatever. Maybe I'm, you know, you could say I'm hypnotized by it, maybe in a way, but in another sense, you know, he structured his videos in a way that actually made a plan that works. Okay, so anyhow, I went to my mentor, my older mentor, Elias, somebody that I looked up to, and you know, I considered this man somebody I could learn from. I guess maybe the idea of gaining value from knowledge was not something that I'm new to. It's not. I'm not new to that. Some of you might be. For that, there's Ty, so go to him. All right, but I'm telling you, like, I actually had mentors on the way to whatever. I'm not, you know, any kind of fully, you know, full example of success or anything, you know, yet, but if you know where I came from and what I'm doing now, you probably would say that I've come pretty far. Anyhow, so I'm gonna get back to this. This is my little plan that Elias helped me develop. It's kind of not even a plan. It's just more or less, you know, a mental thing that I can stare at every day while I'm in here. You know, and this is just a reminder of part of what I need to do. And I'm in here making this video right now, actually, probably as a result of it. You know, because I could. Our flash is too low, sorry. So it's still recording. Thank God, cool. So I could have went out today, and you know, because of my let's keep it real, because of my being a man, basically, I fucking went out, or I could have went out, actually. I kept contemplating it. Oh God, kept contemplating it, whether or not I wanted to like go out to a like sex shop and get a pocket pussy and fuck it, because I was, you know, like really, it's kind of really horny. But you know, part of it's a control thing. You know, part of it is not, you know, I might not be going about this the right way, but I'm gonna just do the best I can, and I'm rolling with it as a form of trying to get stronger. I'm gonna, you know, resist my urge to go get this pocket pussy and fuck it. And I'm not gonna go on I'm not going on dating websites right now, because I've noticed that there are a lot of people, like a lot of people around me that are, you know, getting fucked up with STDs and shit. And I'm honestly I'm trying to get to a path to success. So maybe, hopefully, along the way, I'll, you know, meet somebody else who's on that same path, and maybe that'll work. But yeah, I'm just gonna keep it as being friends for now with women, and be abstinent, you know, and I mean, you know, it's not easy. It is not easy, but I'm here now making this video. I'm doing the video instead of out there, you know, driving to the sex shop, and it would have been a fun drive. You know, I could have probably, you know, just went there and, you know, let's get back to this real thing. So, conditions, okay? They help us get stronger. They help us get closer to our goals, okay? But the one thing it is, you know, that Elias communicated to me is the importance of sincerity, meaning that when you create conditions for yourself, you create these conditions as a way of getting yourself closer to your goals, okay? So as a kind of part of this, you have to remember that you need to be sincere when you create these conditions. Don't just be like, I'm fucking Spartan, you know, I'm gonna create, like, you know, this workout plan, it's fucking, like, sick, dude, you know, I'm gonna go out there and fucking do 1,000 reps of fucking 500 pounds, bro. You got, like, a little fucking bicep. Like, no, dude, doesn't work like that. You have to be sincere about this shit. You have to be real with it. Be real with yourself. Be real with your plan, okay? So, conditions, sincerity, okay? So this is something I wanna focus on. I wanna keep it real. Oh no, they're out there getting food in the fridge. What's up, Marv? What's going on, Marv? What's going on, man? Yeah. How you doing? What you getting? You got popsicle? Nah. It's too much sugar. Shit, man, you can wash with that sugar, man. I'm gonna get some popsicles for you, man. I'm gonna get some popsicles.
Oh, I like extra sour.
Yeah, that'll probably be better. You know, that's a good idea. Shit, let's. Man, all right, enjoy that, my friend. Enjoy that. I'm gonna start using that, my friend. It sounds cool. I like it. So anyhow, sometimes you gotta get your mind in the right place. You know, I got distracted, so I had to, you know, go figure that out. I had to address it. You know, I knew I was better off. I went out there and said, what's up to Marv? Got my mind straight. Now, that's clear out. I'm cool. So, let's go back to this. We're 33 minutes fucking deep. Whew. I'm in this shit, homie. I'm going to take you on this journey with me. So, condition, sincerity. Okay? So, I mean, I'm going to show you. You're going to see this a couple times. Now, what does this lead to? Elias told me that the conditions, once you start to create conditions for yourself, it will eventually turn into a process. Okay? So conditions turns into a process. Until I know my N's kind of fucked up, but it's a U and an N, okay? Until you start to like it. Okay, so when you create these conditions for yourself, they're going to start to do good for you. You might not like it in the beginning. In the beginning, it's going to be hard. It's going to feel abnormal. It's going to feel different because it's something that you don't normally do. You're going to go out of your zone, okay? Step out of your zone once a day, every day. Remind yourself. Step out of your zone once a day, okay? Now, you step out of your zone once a day by going and doing things that you're typically probably going to put off, you're going to want to do tomorrow, you're going to, like, you know, probably like you're gonna think of doing and then not end up doing them. Things that you think of, oh, I need this, should have put this on the list, put it on the list. Eventually this fucking list builds up. It will go on forever until it fucking, you know, turns into a scroll, you know, and then that scroll will just get put into a box with another 1,000 fucking scrolls until nothing gets done. So the point of the matter, again, is now you're going to create these conditions for a reason. Okay, where's it at? I know I put it there. Reason. Fight the ghost. Fight the ghost. The ghost, you know who the ghost is? The ghost is that voice in your head telling you don't do it today. That ghost is the voice in your head telling you I'm too sick to go to work. That ghost is the voice in your head telling you I can't do this. You know, the ghost is the fear you get when you like go to get ready to sign up for, you know, something good for you, or, you know, the ghost is something that, you know, is the fear of going up on the stage and being Mariah Carey. The fear is not doing shit, okay? Fuck the fear. Die doing anything, okay? Whatever it is. You know why Jim Morrison went up there and from the Doors? You know why he got out there and fucking did what he did? You know why he got out there and said, you know, fucking, you know, Johnny, what did he took a picture out of the ancient gallery and he walked on down the hall and he said, he opened the door and Jim Morrison believed, you know, when he was doing this, he believed it, you know, he felt that shit. You know why? Because they said Jim Morrison had a fascination with death. Okay, Jim Morrison had a fascination with death. And when I kind of developed the die doing anything theory, which is, you know, basically if you decide tomorrow's the day you're going to die, how would you do it today? That's how Jim Morrison, I think that's what he realized. I think that's what he was so fascinated with death. I think maybe once, you know, Jim might have seen somebody who was on the edge and seen the look in their eye, that look of fear of letting go from not being able to finish what was undone and what they needed to do in life. So he went forward, and his fascination with death showed him that if you do anything like you're ready to die for it, you're gonna die tomorrow. So how am I gonna do it today? I'm doing this shit all the fucking way. Of course, I'm not fucking around. Tomorrow's the end, homie. Every day should be tomorrow. Tomorrow's the end. Every day should be die doing anything. Whatever you're doing, I don't give a fuck if you're changing oil, homie. Die doing that shit. You know why? Because your guest that's sitting behind the fucking wheel is gonna like look at you under the hood, changing that fucking oil and taking care of their shit. You know, making sure you wipe it real nice. Fucking whatever you do that shit good, man. Fight the ghost. Fear, doubt, overconfidence, restlessness, envy. I should have put that one there. Where's my marker at? Envy. Don't fuck hating on other people, dude. That shit wastes your time. Okay? When you see people hating, okay, when you see people hating, you know, I see people hating on me, you know what I do? Inside, I laugh a little bit. You know why? Because I instantly know that I'm doing better than they are. I instantly know, real shit, like, I instantly know that I'm doing better than they are because they're fucking mad that I'm doing good. They're mad. They're hating on me. They'll be hating on you from day one, homie. Get ready. Get ready for the haters. Because as soon as you start doing good, they're going to fucking hate you. Get ready. Don't have the envy inside yourself. That'll stop you from learning from people that are bigger than you. Okay? Now, fight the ghost. Fear, doubt, overconfidence, restlessness, envy, sick of trying, giving up, laziness, lack of commitment. Okay, you see coffee down there. Cut that one out. Okay, you ready? Not that you should drink coffee. It's pretty acidic and bad for your body. You know, study Dr. Sebi. Study the book, The Alkaline Diet. Study all that shit. I hope somebody doesn't fucking kill me for saying that. Here, keep doing it until you like it. Okay? keep doing the conditions sincerely, okay, until you like it, okay? It will turn into a process. It will you step out of your zone once a day. Do it until you like it, okay? Make it like coffee. You try it at first and it's different, but then, you know, you start trying it more, you start to like it. It starts to give you like energy and shit, and you're like starting to get into it and stuff. And make it like coffee, dude. Fuck it. Like, think of it like coffee, kind of. I don't know. You don't necessarily have to think of it like, but I try to think of it like coffee, because coffee creates productivity in people. You know, coffee, you drink it and you're like, oh, I got energy, you know, whatever. You know, intelligence creates that in people too. It's great to know what's going on in the world. I mean, not even just in the world, but just really know. You know, it's not watching the news doesn't mean knowing. Okay? Waking yourself the fuck up. Okay? Educating yourself, and how, you know, how your mental process, your way of thinking of things is what's going to help you. Your open your mind up, okay? Create a process in your life that to get forward. Create goals. Create, you know, have dreams. Remember your dreams. Your dreams are you. That's part of you, okay? Now, reprogram yourself, okay? Create. Okay, you create the conditions until it turns into a process. Okay, you remind yourself to do it. Okay, once a day, step out of your zone every day. Do anything unusual. Okay, keep doing it until you like it. Fight the ghost, all this bad shit. Fight it. Okay, make it like coffee, to where you drink it every day. You're like getting used to this process of doing shit. Okay, die doing anything. Whatever you do, die doing. Okay. Damn, homie, you on a hunger path? Did you smoke? You smoke some trees? No, I know you don't even smoke trees. Are you going for another one of them popsicles? Yeah. Shit, homie, you're gonna eat the whole box in one day. No, I'm good. Why don't you leave one? Marvelous. 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 Yeah. Do you want to have diabetes? Blood sugar low. All right. You said your blood sugar's low right now? Yeah. Well then maybe you should go eat some food. Some real food. That'll raise your blood sugar. You know? Because your body converts everything into sugar. But the pure sugar like that will give you diabetes if you keep eating it very heavily. I don't know. You know, you got to make the decision. You can make the decision now, or you can make it tomorrow, man. You know, but you know, you got to make the decision to be responsible with the way you eat, because if you don't, man, you're gonna fuck yourself up. It ain't worth it. Yeah. It ain't worth it, man. It's hard to accept. It's hard to listen to. You know, you're eating a popsicle right now, but you know, next time, bro, when you go to that fridge, you know, think about it the second time. You know, maybe you should think about it before you do it and say, you know, maybe I shouldn't do this, and then don't do it. If you choose to do something different, that's the first step on the right path. I mean, when you choose to say, you know what, put it back, and then go find, you know, you instantly, as soon as you decide not to do it, you will instantly go to something else, because you'll still be hungry. You'll say, your body will say, I'm hungry. And then you'll say, what can I eat? And then instead of going to that, you could go to a banana, you know, or you could go to, you know, a piece of dried fruit, or, you know, or I got these banana chips on me. They're fucking bomb. Dude, did you ever try these kale chips? You want to try something?
I'm okay right now.
You sure?
By tomorrow.
I'm telling you, man, you know, you might, you know, you'll see. I don't want to tell you what to do, but I want you to live, okay? I don't want you to die or end up having diabetes and falling down one day, like, you know, I don't want you to have problems.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I want some sleep.
Don't
want to. I made pizza ball.
You gotta limit yourself.
Yesterday, what was that? Yesterday, pizza part. That was it. Had me lasagna. That was it for the whole day. Had me 2 holidays, $100 later on that evening. About 11 o'clock.
Well, all right, well, you good. You're good, man. Just
But
but don't you're good, but you're not good. You're good, but you're not good. You gotta chill on shit like that. Candy. As soon as you get a craving for candy, man, ignore it, man. Ignore it. Know what I mean?
Yeah.
Act like you forgot. Act like you didn't have it. Act like you didn't know for a second, and then only let yourself have something like maybe like 1 out of 3 times. Every time you feel like you want it, ignore it. And then, maybe if you have that feeling, and then you can let yourself have it like 1 out of 3 times. You know what I mean? You had the feeling once, then ignore it. And if you have the feeling again, the next day, like tomorrow, I wanted candy again. The next day I wake up, I want candy tomorrow, and then ignore it again. But then the third time, if you want candy, then maybe you can have a little. Let yourself have a half a piece.
Yeah.
Let yourself have half. Take the candy bar, have half, and then put it away and be like, I'm saving it till later. You know what I mean? Save the other half. Save the other half.
Yeah. I don't know what you're talking about. That's
Little by little. Little by little.
every other day. Have some sweet to eat.
Not.
And have like 2 salads a day.
Yeah, eat the normal food. Eat the.
For dinner, have a full course meal.
Have some dinner. Yeah, have some real dinner. Have some lunch. Don't be afraid to eat real food.
Yeah.
But then when this stuff like other stuff, when your mind says I want dessert, or when your mind says I want the candy, or you're sitting there and you're thinking, because you're gonna do 2 bad things. You want to do one, but don't do 2. Don't drink, and then eat the candy too, or eat the sweets too, and then drink it and that. Because man, you're on a bad road. You're on a bad road.
I like this sweet money roll.
Don't think about that shit then. Ignore. There you go. You're thinking about. Then that's a perfect time to ignore it.
Yeah.
I mean, so, that if you do that, I think, man, I hope you do that, Marv.
Yeah.
I hope you do that.
Yeah.
Because if you don't, you might not be feeling too well a couple of years from now.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know.
I don't know what. Some people just sit around.
Don't worry about the other people, man. Don't worry about them. Don't worry about the other people. Worry about you. You do what you can do. Do good things.
I don't like that much, man. I don't know. But wild cards, I better draw, man. On the house, something on spot, on my own spot. I just want to do something.
Don't blame it on nothing else.
No,
Don't create excuses. Don't create excuses. You're doing this, you're doing that, and as you're not in your own place, you still got. You can choose not to eat the popsicle a second time. You could choose just to have one.
Yeah.
You can still make. You can make that choice.
Yeah.
That's up to you.
Yeah.
Do that for you. Don't feel bad about it. Feel good.
Yeah.
Feel good when you make the choice to walk away and put it back. Even if you take it out and put it back, just to do it, to show yourself that you did. And then you know what? After you do that, don't feel bad. You feel good.
Yeah.
You just did something good for yourself.
Yeah.
Pat yourself on the back.
Yeah.
And and then go grab a sandwich or something.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Go grab a sandwich. Go grab a piece of a toast or something. Go grab go have an orange. Orange is great, man. Once your body it's not used to the artificial flavors, a piece of fruit really goes a long way.
Yeah.
You ever want an orange, man? I got a big
pineapple or some strawberries, man. Just give me a banana split.
Now you're going on the sweets again. Go take. The fruit doesn't have to be covered in ice cream. Now don't get me wrong, a banana split is pretty fucking amazing. But just keep in mind that the fruit itself is really what has the nutritional value. That's what's making you stronger. That's feeding you. The fruit. The ice cream's not feeding. It's feeding you a little bit, but it's not feeding you the way the fruit is. The fruit is giving you vitamins, minerals, real nutrition, you know. So that's what you want to focus on. Eating the good stuff from nature, you know. I mean, just get what's available. And your mom, you know, I know she didn't buy you know, everything that you know, but if you want an orange, man, there's plenty of oranges in there. You can feel free, man. There's a whole bag. Take an orange out, dude. Matter of fact, I'm gonna have one right now. They're pretty bob.
I'll do orange. I just been drinking, man. You don't drink till calcium, sugar, and everything.
Huh?
Just drink hard liquor like Hennessy, gin, what's that down there? You got some drink down there. What's that? So what's that?
What drink?
You got some drink down there.
I don't know. I don't got no drink.
Yeah, but all the drinks still sugar, calcium, all that. Make you grow old fast, man. You look old. I'm old man, all this shit.
I guarantee you, let me tell you, you know, I guarantee you, if you make one, you know, now